We have Sarah here, and we're doing our makeup tips for the broke hoe. This is episode 1. We're going to focus really on eyes today. And Sarah already has great eyes, so this is like sort of fun, a little fun project.
He likes to talk me up a little bit.
Well, what's not to love? So the whole point of this is that most people, the average person, cannot afford $200 eyeshadows and,
just ridiculously priced makeup that you can basically get at a CVS for a way cheaper cost if you know how to properly use it.
That's right. So you'll notice there are differences in pigmentation and stuff. We're definitely not against the good stuff, but just
if you can afford it, get it.
Yeah, absolutely. But
most of us can't afford it.
That's right. That's right. So we're going to work on eyes today mostly, and we're going to start with, I think, the eyebrows. So if the eyes are the nipple of the face,
which
the
they
eyebrows,
are.
Yes, the eyebrows are the cleavage. All right. So I'm gonna start. I haven't used any of these products yet.
Nope.
So
this is my makeup bag for the first time he has seen it, and I'm gonna say about 7 years.
Well, since your wedding, I did her.
Yes,
I did
my
her
wedding.
makeup for
I
her
forgot
wedding.
about
Yes.
that.
Which, listen, I've done more brides than Ashley Madison. So, yes. So.
And he has made some of them look like miracles.
Yeah. So I am not a makeup artist. I have to put that out there first. I do not consider myself a makeup artist. I'm not a beauty guru.
What is considered a makeup artist?
I don't know, but
you
I'm
have
not that.
more hours than probably most women that live in work in salons have on makeup and hair.
Some, yeah. But I'm more just an artist that works in different mediums. So I'm choosing this
I'm
as
just
one
a
of the
canvas.
mediums. Yes. All right, so let's get started with the brows. So it's so important, first of all, that we don't give her Cinderella eyebrows. Cameraman, you know what Cinderella eyebrows are? No. So Cinderella eyebrows are when you go home with the belle of the ball and you wake up and her eyebrows are perfectly laid on the pillow and her face looks more like a pumpkin that was dragged all night by 2 mice than a horse-drawn carriage. So need I say more? No.
Yeah,
so
I know what those are.
I mean, I understand that the really chiseled, heavy eyebrow look is in right now, but we don't always go with all the trends. So
sometimes you have to go against the grain, ladies.
Yes. And as you can see, Sarah already has great eyebrows because I do her hair and eyebrows.
This almost isn't fair.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. So this is going to be real easy.
I do have a few bald spots, so let's not pretend like I don't.
So I have really bad lighting here. This is not great. But so I'm just sort of bringing this eyebrow down.
Can we put a flash on? Would that help?
Let's see. So I don't want that like penciled look. I'm looking for more of a natural look. And when this is done, you're not even going to be able to tell that she has anything on there. You're just going to see a nice, clean shape. Just cleaning up the lines a little bit.
And for all you ladies out there, if it wasn't for this man right here, I would look like Gollum from Lord of the Rings. Promise you that. I'd have 3 sparse hairs on the top of my head.
I love it.
But I will give you ladies a tip. If you do want eyebrows and lashes like mine, I use castor oil on both every night before I go to sleep. It's just a tip. You don't have to do it. But it does help with the shedding.
Yes. The science behind it is that it nourishes the follicle. It makes the hair strand a little bit stronger, so you have less shedding, and it gives them more time to grow. Therefore, they get thicker and longer.
Overall. If he brushed these down, I kind of look like Ringo Starr from the Beatles.
True. So it's always important to use that spoolie if you're doing anything with your eyebrows. I really don't like that sort of shaded, solid look that some people go for.
Oh, where they just put like the blocks.
Yes, it looks like blocks. There's no like space in between to look like hairs or anything, and it just looks so unnatural.
Ultimately, I feel as being me, I'm an older woman, a more mature woman. I'm not like most of these 20-something-year-old girls that are on YouTube doing their makeup. So for a more mature woman, you don't want that blocky look. You don't want to look like, you know, Kim Kardashian.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if you're the type of woman who's like me, who wants to grow old gracefully, you do the proper maintenance that needs to be done, but you just don't overdo it.
Right.
This is, for me, a more mature woman.
Her eyebrows survived the 90210 generation.
Oh my God, I did. I survived the 90s. It was amazing. Thanks, Mom. You didn't let my sisters touch my eyebrows.
Yes. Because you'd have probably a little thin line.
I'm not
We'd
gonna
be
lie
drawing
to
on
you.
big black eyebrows.
I'm not going to lie to you, girls. I did have uniona brow when I was younger.
Yeah. But look how it's evolved.
It has evolved. You think my eyebrows are good? You should see my nieces.
Yeah, it's unfair. All right, so we're good on eyebrows for now. I don't want to, go too crazy with them.
He could, though.
Oh, I definitely could. So we're going for sort of like an evening look, something that she might wear out, like going out with her friends or whatever. I'm not really going for an everyday kind of look because those aren't as fun to do, but we will eventually get to that. And other aspects of makeup. I'm not too, big on doing lips and stuff like that, although I think ombre lips look really cool and things like that, but I'm more into contouring and stuff, but not, using markers and making you look like a drag queen with 3 inches of makeup over it. So really, again, going for a more natural look. You want to feel like yourself still, but look your best. So
that is the goal.
Knowing your palette, it's good to have a little bit of an understanding of complementary, contrasting colors, all those things, and what looks best for your eye. So one thing, for example, I would not put on her is a plain silver. I wouldn't put silver on her eyes because it doesn't do anything for her brown eyes. She's got that nice sort of honey ambery color in there. And so I want to bring that out. So purples would really do that, some reds. Each shadow that you apply is going to bring out a different tone in the eye. It's going to contrast it and make it stand out a little bit more. So you can almost change your eye color in a way, by appearance anyway, with different colored shadows. Mm-hmm. So this is all the shadows that Sarah has. She didn't even have black, so we're using an eyebrow shadow for the black. And if you're a bro co, you know exactly what that's like. Mm-hmm. So we have a black eyebrow shadow, which we hit the pan on that one, so you know that one's good. It's Jimmy in the back. And also my assistant is here. I wanted to point her out as well. Miss Bonnie. She's always there to assist.
The real star of the show.
The real star, the whole reason that anybody even likes our videos. So, I'd like to do sort of a rose gold kind of effect. I'm not sure what's going to actually come out, but again, being real, you don't always get the desired effect, but you work with what you've got. So, like I mentioned before, pigmentation is a big difference with the cheaper makeups and how it sticks and things like that. So if you have a primer, go for it. If you don't have a primer, like most brocos, don't bother. It'll still stick. It may not last as long or be whatever, but it'll still work, and you can rock it. And let's face it, most brocos are in a hurry anyway. They don't have time for all that.
No.
So, the color... Wait, this is the one that I'm kind of looking for. So, this is the one that I want for the, the overall look. It's sort of coppery. I don't know if the camera's picking it up well, but it's got sort of a coppery rose color. And by the way, it's reduced. $4.99.
Yeah, if you want a good deal, ladies, there is a clearance rack at Sally's, and they have some good deals. And... it's generally really pretty colors because for some reason, lunch ladies and people on their way to funeral homes buy makeups from Sally's, so they buy all the terrible colors and then the good ones go on sale.
Is that what it is?
It really is. I'm pretty sure mortuaries buy their makeup.
Probably, yeah. They gotta make sense. So I'm going on with that sort of copper color first. I don't know if my technique is technically correct or whatever. It's not about the process for me. Again, I'm an artist, not a makeup artist. So it's really about the end result anyway at the end of the day, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So let's start getting that on there. So right now I'm just starting to see how the pigmentation is on this. And it actually is pretty good. I was expecting that I was going to have to put tons of it on to get a nice solid color, but already it's going on pretty well. So this is actually going to be easier than I thought. The other one, not so much. I did a little swatch on my hand, and it's really light. So we'll make it work, though. So I'm just doing it from here. From this point, I'm not going all the way into this corner of the eye yet. I'm going to actually leave that for my lighter colors. I'm going to come in later with them. So, let's see. I'm going to have to step around Bonnie here. Going right up here. So a common thing that people want, that sort of high fashion look where, you know, you've got really really artistic looking eyeshadow, but they're afraid to go up too high, and I think that's really where a lot of people run into issues. Yep, and most women are, and then they think that they look like Mimi. This is the solution to that. If you go a little too high, listen, use a good old fashioned Q-tip, really does the trick, and you can carve it.
Ladies, also remember, you can put it on and you can take it off if you don't like the way it looks and do it again.
So be brave.
Yeah.
Be brave. So I'm going to just kind of copy that over here, get it out of the light so you can kind of see. Again, this is just like $4.99 stuff from Sally's. I mean, come on. Why not, right? If you can make it work.
And again, if you can afford better makeup, get it. But you shouldn't go broke to look beautiful.
That's right.
And this is actually high quality compared to where we used to come from.
You got that right.
We were basically crushing up flowers, making up eyeshadows.
Yeah, making up our own like the Egyptians. All right. So since this is already, these colors all work together because they're in one palette. So I might as well kind of stick with that. I kind of like where it's going here. So I've got my like basic overall kind of glow that I'm looking for. This is the color that I want to be the most predominant. So it's not so much again about the technique. It's about going towards that end result of what are you really looking for? Well, I want this color because I like what it does to her eyes, and she wears jewelry that matches this color, and it works really well on her. She's one of the lucky ones that can rock this color.
FYI, my parents blessed me with a beautiful mix.
Yes. You want to explain what the leprechaun is?
Yes, I am Irish and black. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Because I got great hair.
And great skin.
And good skin tone. My skin sometimes is a little bit temperamental, is what we'll say. But I don't wear a ton of makeup on a daily basis.
That helps.
My normal routine is 5 minutes, and in the summertime I don't wear makeup. I just wear bronzers, as we discussed earlier.
So I'm going in now with this sort of, it's like a pearlescent, light pinkish color. Again, I don't know if the lighting and the camera is right to really see the colors well. This one doesn't go on as saturated as the last one, so obviously it's going to take a little bit more applying. So what I'm starting to create here is a graduation from lightest to darkest. And I might even go in, I'll look at the end, and I might even go in and make a dark point in here as well. It just depends on really what you want, what you're going for, and what's going to look the best. So don't be afraid to try different things out, because it's all fun, really. And if it's not fun, then don't bother doing it.
Yeah, if you don't find makeup fun,
what are you doing?
Yeah. I just remember us being younger and just playing with makeup. Just being bored and having nothing else to do.
Mm-hmm.
But back in my day, kids, there wasn't YouTube and we didn't make videos of ourselves, which, thank you goodness, we didn't.
No kidding. I know. Agreed. So what you want to think of when you're doing, this is basically like contouring of the eye. And what you're trying to do is create lights and shadows. So you are pulling away from the face when you lighten, and you're pushing toward the face. That's how I mentally think of it when I'm doing this. So like say I'm contouring her cheeks. If I want to slim this area down a little bit, I'm going to push in with the darker tone, and then I'm going to pull out by putting lighter tones here and maybe down here, depending on how I want the jaw to look at the end. So you can totally re-sculpt somebody's face, but you have to have that understanding of, you know, you're creating depth and highlights. So I think hopefully that helps some people understand the process a little bit more. Once I kind of looked at things that way, then it all kind of made sense. It was a whole new world for me. So, all right, I'm going into the brow shadow now. Again, we don't have
a black.
Wah, wah. And I'm going to sort of blend it in with this darker color and make sort of a cranberry color. That's kind of what I'm looking for. So now I'm going to carve this eye like I'm carving the Grand Canyon over here. you want your darkest point to be on the end. So I'm going to start carving this in. So, okay, so that went on a little heavy, but that's all right. I'm going to blend it anyway. I want to look from different angles. I'm going to look from the front and see, am I getting that pulling the eye? Have I just accentuated that there's, it almost looks like she has a black eye right now because I haven't blended it, but yeah, but have I accentuated the lid of the eye? Have I created that? And no, I have not yet. So I'm going to go back in, shape it a little bit more.
Again, don't be afraid. And if you're fortunate, like me, you might have a friend who can help you do this.
Take my little eraser, clean up the line. I'm going to go in with a highlighter anyway.
Is that what we're calling Q-tips? Erasers?
Yes. In this case, they definitely are. So I'm picking up, this time I picked up a little bit more of the cranberry color. So I'm sort of curving this section here. They don't really explain that to you on a lot of those videos I've seen, but you don't want a straight down line. And I found that making this sort of curve here gives a more natural effect. And the end result will be more natural. I know it looks crazy right now, but it's not going to. It's going to look amazing. All right, so I'm going to just do the same thing on the other eye. It's easier, honestly, when you're not being filmed because then you can look directly on. So I'm kind of at weird angles and at a little bit of an imposition, but we're going to make it work anyway.
Tries to make it sound like he can't do something when he knows damn well he can do it.
Mm-hmm. We're spilling tea, I see. Okay,
miracle
we're spilling some
worker.
tea. You just called me out.
I did call you out because you never give yourself enough credit.
Well, thank you for saying that. All right.
Tell you what, he did my makeup for my sister Annie's wedding. You know how you go somewhere and there's always that one girl that's prettier than everybody else? That was me.
Yes.
I outshine the bride.
Oh, no.
I'm just kidding. My sister was beautiful.
Yeah.
I was number 2 that day.
All right, so let's lighten this up now a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So the more I'm adding in these lighter tones, the more you're going to see it's going to become a little bit more subtle and a little bit more natural looking. So I'm building you build your foundation with your darks. Again, I don't know if this is anyone else's idea of the right way to do things. And frankly, I don't care. I just want to create an end result. And this is how I've learned over the years is the best way for me to create that result. It's what works for me. So
let's be real. Your girlfriends have always been your canvases. His goal was to make the world more beautiful, and he did it one girl at a time.
And without doing the Mimi effect, just a little bit of a highlighter up there too. So I'm just using this kind of champagne-y, off-white
Speaking of champagne-y.
So, yeah, about that.
You drink it, you bitch. The cameraman drank it too.
No, he wasn't here. Or was he? Uh-oh.
I don't.
Both guilty. Oh, I just figured I'd get another one, but broco.
Not quick enough. Broco. Yeah.
All right, so we're getting there. We're almost there.
So we're just... Oh, tickled.
Using that same highlighter color here now. And I want to pull out, to give that more rounded effect, this right here and this right here should be the brightest point as far as for this look. Should be the brightest point of the whole thing. So with hopefully the lightest color that we have here, I can make that pop out a little bit.
Well, how were the champagne flutes? Did they work?
I didn't use them.
You're so broke.
Yes.
What'd you use?
It was one of those nights.
So, as long as it wasn't a solo cup.
No, I used a wine glass like a peasant. I know. I know.
He'd be smudged. My bottle of champagne, yeah.
I did. I didn't do it any justice. So I gotta look dead on. Okay. And, Let's be real. It's a little dark over here, right?
It's always a little dark over here.
Let's be real. We haven't gone in with our little wingy eyeliner yet.
I think maybe we should all chip in and get you a nice bright light.
Yeah. I don't
Go to
know.
Lowe's
We won't
again.
know till it's done how it's looking. I don't know. I trust that it's looking all right. But I know it's not the best lighting for this kind of thing, for sure. But that's what these girls do. I see them on their videos, and they have the super bright lights in their face so that you can't tell as they're taking on a half inch of makeup. You can't tell, except you just know it looks artificial. It's just completely artificial looking. And I really,
Again, ladies,
I don't like that. No judgment. I just don't
my
like
goal is to not need a filter.
Yeah.
You want to be as naturally beautiful as possible because, especially for the younger women, this is just a little advice. Don't be one person the night before and another person when they wake up.
Cinderella.
Yeah, and it's
Don't be
horrible. It's Cinderella syndrome. It's horrible. Because I know that all of you are beautiful and you don't need to, do that. Natural beauty is meant to shine, ladies.
Yes.
But being artificial sometimes can be fun.
Oh, yeah. But
there's a time and a place.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm pretty sure that looks good there. Again, I gotta look from the front. This is such weird angles and stuff. I'm used to being directly in front, but that does not work for filming. Just a little extra highlight right there. So again, as I explained, you are bringing out that section. So you want that sort of jutting.
Not Neanderthal.
Not Neanderthal, people.
Let's be sure when you say jutting, I just think of a shelf for an eyebrow.
So we had some lashes. I was actually surprised that Sarah came with lashes.
The show ate one.
Yes, but Bonnie actually got a hold of an eyelash and ate it. So one eyelash, it's not real. Clockwork Orange, right? If that's your thing, okay, great, but,
I mean, we do have two that don't match, but we're not gonna.
So as much as I would love to do some crazy with bright colors and do a fade like a peacock or something, that's not what I'm doing today. Today is sort of just an evening look without looking too much like a tart and just looking your best and really more natural looking. So I don't know what it looks like on the camera, but I know looking at it, it looks great. So let's get a little bit of this liquid liner in there. You're probably not going to see me applying this, but everybody knows how to put on eyeliner. Well, actually I shouldn't say that. If you have more on the bottom than you have on the top, you are doing it wrong. Let me just say that. So I just kind of scooped up that line that I already created with that darker shadow. This is when it gets quiet because I don't want to give her squiggly eyes. Nobody likes that. So the trick with wingies that everybody hates is getting it to match on both sides. That's the fun part. And it's definitely not easy.
Liquid liner scares me. I just hold my breath and pray for the best when I use that.
That's right. All right, so I'm going
You have to be a very brave person to do it.
Yeah. And an even braver one to actually videotape yourself doing it, as if you kind of know what you're doing. Yeah, I literally just held my breath that whole time.
I know you did. I could hear it in my...
I'm dying, but it's all good. Yeah, this for me was always the scariest part, especially when you just spent a good half hour painting a bride's face and there's the risk that you might have to
repaint,
wash it off and start over because the liquid eyeliner can be a total disaster. So I would like to say don't be afraid to use it, but be afraid. Caution, this can go disastrously wrong.
Yeah, you can mess up your whole
Yeah. Sometimes even my little magic erasers here, I don't know if I can say that, but my little erasers here don't even work for that. So
Have you ever had to redo a bride?
No. But still, it's the fear. Like, it could happen.
It's the fear.
It could happen.
We all have.
You know what I found too in a pinch, like if you don't really like the look of the liner, is that you can kind of cover it up with a little bit of shadow. Just go over it a little bit more. All right. I wish I could see from the front better, but looks good. They match. That's the most important part. All right, so this is where we would put on the lashes probably, and then I would do some final touches on the shadow, and then I would mascara and call it a day. But
we're just mascara.
So we're just gonna mascara. I would like to actually, looking at it, get this a little bit more
sharp.
Yeah, a little darker over there. So I'm gonna find that darker color and just put a tiny, tiny, tiny little bit. Where's the angle brush? So I did most of that with one brush, if not all of it. I'm gonna use this little angle brush here and just kind of put a little touch of this guy in there. I'm going up like that and down like this. So you're
just doing it so it's the shape of the eye, right?
Yeah, I'm creating where I want the eyelid to be. So you're saying, no, you're not down there, you're actually up here. And you know what? I think now looking at it, I'd like a little dark down here as well. So, like I said, it depends on what it looks like at the end if you want to change it up. Yeah, I like that better. And now it sort of has more of that rose gold look that I was going for. Carving. Grand Canyon.
Did you already call the eyes the nipples of the face?
Yes, I did.
You gotta make
And then
sure.
I explained that the eyebrows are the cleavage.
Yes, I forgot. Okay, I'm just making sure we let them all know. As we all know, the nipples are the most important part of the boob. Therefore, it's the most important part of your face. Because it's what you're making eye contact with. And it's...
And yes, I'm using my finger to blend that. Yes, I am.
Psst, don't give me pink eye.
No problem. All right. Very nice. Loving it. Loving it. So lashes would really kick this up. And so would something like a super bright, but we don't have it. But
What?
I'm sure there's plenty of like, you could probably even find a Wet n Wild, seriously.
What?
That's like
White?
a super bright, not white because I want something that's a little bit more warm. But sort of like something to pop this even more and give it a little bit more metallic.
Like
if you
a
had
copper
like, you know what would really kick this
type.
would be a glitter. If I had a rose gold glitter to go over the entire thing like a
I was
translucent,
going to say, I have this.
that would be amazing.
Well, we have the illuminating powder.
All right, so open up. Not all the way. There you go, half mask. You all know how to do mascara, at least I hope you do. And actually, it would be probably better for her to do it on herself. She could probably get it done faster and a little bit better. Actually, here, I'm going to get my mirror.
Oh, thank you.
And then everybody can see your mascara face.
I hate the mascara face.
The mascara face is the face that you make when you're applying it. Yeah, so the lighting's not perfect, but it looks pretty good. You get the idea. It really does look better in person. And I think just a little light on the bottom. So another thing that you could do, which I'm just thinking of now I could have done, is carry that shadow down to the lower lash line a little bit. That's another dangerous zone though, because you can give yourself that like under eye bag look, you know, if you don't do it right. So there you go. Already that looks better. That's the mascara face I was talking about. Oh, you can't see it because the mirror is covering it. But it's something like this.
Are you proud of yourself for showing the world?
Oh, what a difference, yeah. Mascara is a woman's best friend. That and hair color. Like, we changed the game with that, didn't we?
I don't use hair colors, though.
Well, I know. You had to just put that out there, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. All right. So if we were rocking this look, we were going out or whatever, you could actually get away with wearing what you're wearing, or you could even dress up more, and either way, it's actually going to be versatile enough that it looks good. I kind of want to kill this light and see if maybe that'll help for a second. Just to see if
Well, I need blush and everything else. I haven't even gotten to that point.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that looks a little bit better. You can really see it. Yeah, that has to happen too. But anyway, this video is about eyes. So there you have it, folks. Gorgeous, sexy.
Nipples!
Yep, her nipples have been turned out.
Yep.
She's all set. I would rock this right here. Put this up a little bit. Good to go. Sexy. All right, so thank you. That was episode 1, eyes. Thank you, Sarah, so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me.
You make it so easy. She makes me look so good. All right, so we'll see you next time. I think we're going to work on face contouring for the next video. So,
and it
thanks.
may or may not be me. Who is the next guest?
I don't know, but I'm thinking now. I kind of want to do that. She really makes it easy. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.